Hey YouTube, this is Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. You're watching AmatureKiLLerHD, the ultimate Super Saiyan.
Hey, what is up, guys? It is me, AmatureKiLLer, and it is dark in here. Now, my hair is kind of messed up. I'm going to put on my light. Hey, what's up? How you doing? It's a mess over here. I got to clean it up. Now, we're going to be talking about big changes happening in the game, and I just saw it right now, happening the 14th. Now, these changes are going to be crazy because I was reading through this carefully, and in my opinion, some people are going to get buffed, some people are going to get nerfed. Now, we're going to go down. I think actually the biggest... Alright, so we're going to look at, right away, right off the bat, we're going to look at Room Shees, okay? I understand you go from top to bottom, but I want to see Room Shees. So, Room Shees, his ability is the exact same, and as you can see, it has hit guaranteed. Now, if you look at it carefully, okay, it does the same exact thing. Now, the only difference is that it is not hit guaranteed. So, whenever he uses abilities, would give heal reduction and also apply... it would attack the person with the highest attack, okay, on their team. Now it's going to do the same thing, but without being hit guaranteed. So that means if that one character, let's say, is Beerus, okay, Roomshi was going to attack Beerus, boom. Now Roomshi is not more hit guaranteed, so that's a nerf right there. So that's one. We're going to look at the second one right now for Roomshi, and that is number 5. And that is the Destructive Wave. Upon death, increases friendlies units by 30% for 3 turns. Now, that is now decreased to 24%. So that's a nerf. So Roomshi is getting nerfed. I mean, not big time. Hit guaranteed, like, okay. Like, the only person you got to really worry about is Beerus, okay? Or if the last remaining dude, let's say, is Cell, okay? That's the only person you really got to worry about. But other than that, this is like, okay. But this one right here, nerf, blah. Now, the big guy that we want to talk about is Janemba, so we're going to talk about him last. Alright, so we're going to look at Gogeta, okay? And this guy, in my opinion, he got buffed. And we're going to see exactly why. And, or it could be, could be nerfed. I don't know, you guys tell me in the comment down below, but in my opinion, he got buffed. So, okay, so we're gonna look at the first one right now. So, so when he attacks, crit rate increased by 20%. Applies contempt when there's one person on the team. That person cannot be triggered when you hit it. The CD time lasts for 3 turns. Okay. Now this was changed to basic crit rate increased to 20. Okay. Contempt effect for 5 turns. So it went from 2 turns to 5 turns. When there is only one enemy, this effect will not be triggered. Okay? Hold on. When there's only one enemy. The CD time lasts for 5 turns. Okay. So you're getting an increase of the contempt lasting for 5 turns, but you're also getting that CD time for 5 turns. Meaning, CD time means that, like, that cooldown. Okay, so if you use it once, you gotta wait 5 turns to use it. With contempt, you gotta wait 3 turns, but it's only for 2 turns available, which makes sense because if you have someone, they're gonna use their special. But now since it's 5 turns, now you gotta wait 5 turns cooldown. Then they increased contempt, I believe. If not, I am incorrect. But contempt effect is changed to target will be selected as the target of an attack. So target cannot be selected as the target of the attack. Their energy acquire speed reduces by 50%. That's interesting. So even though they're getting contempt, okay, they won't be attacked for 5 turns, but they're also getting a reduction speed to their energy by 50%, which is actually insane because if, let's say for Vegito, for example, it took him 2 turns to get his special, would that mean that 50% reduction will increase him to maybe 3 or 4 turns to get his special? So that is actually OP. So that's, in my opinion, I think that's a buff. The second one. Okay, so this one does break rate increase by 30% because this is when they're at 5-star. Normal attack renders the target to deal 25% less damage for one turn. It was changed to break rate increases by 30%. Damage of Great Explosion Coming Hot increases by 30%. Disperses one buff effect from the target. Okay. So it's going from renders the target to deal 25 less damage to disperse one buff from effect and increases by 30% damage. So, in my opinion, buffs are more important than, for me, I would rather reduce or get rid of one buff rather than having less damage taken for one turn only. You know what I mean? If you're getting a buff, boom, you get one buff, it always takes it away. And that buff could be like 30, 40, for example, 35, 25% increase in skill damage. You know, you get that buff taken away, boom. So I think that's also a buff in my opinion. Gogeta's Suppress is adjusted to Fusion Burst. Attack deals 22% more damage to the enemy affected by debuff effect. Now it's changed to, after deployment, the hero gains Fusion Burst status for 5 turns. During Fusion Burst status, the damage increases by 30%, speed increases by 20 points, the attack applies hit guaranteed. Now that is a buff. So, to me, that is also a buff because you're getting the speed increase, hit guaranteed, plus the damage increases by 30% rather than 22%. So in my opinion, Gogeta just got buffed. So if you guys have Gogeta, possibly recommend him putting it on your lineup because he did get buffed. Okay, he did get buffed, which is great. Now we're going to look at a guy that's going to be very controversial in my opinion because you could say he got nerfed, but you can also say, I mean, he didn't really get buffed, but at the same time he got nerfed tremendously. Alright, let's look at Janemba. Okay, so Janemba right now is the big guy that we're going to be talking about. And the adjustment, alright, let's read his normal thing. Base crit rate increases by 20%, break by 30%. When launching a normal attack, applies 8% extra damage. When you are bleeding, applies extra damage 2 more times. The upper limit is 12, cannot disperse, okay? So your limit is 12. And that is now changed to 6 times. Okay, we're going to read it. Everything is the same. Crit, break, the same. The only thing that got increased is that when you launch a normal attack, it applies 10% damage. So there is a 2% damage increase. When you're bleeding, applies extra damage 2 more times. The upper limit is 6 times. Although you're getting a slight increase, you're also doubling down by 50% how many times that limit could go up. So, let's say if the limit is 6, does that mean it's 60% extra damage? Is that what we're talking about? If we're talking about that way, 60% compared to 8 times 12, because technically speaking, you will get that 6 times faster than you'll get that 20%, because if you do 6 times 8, that's 48%. But 48 and 48 is 96. 60 to 96, there's a big difference. That's the thing when it comes to that. Like I feel like Janemba, somehow, some way, you'll get extra damage faster if it's at 6 limit, but you won't get that full capacity. So to me, that could be a buff, because like before you had to wait, let's say 8 turns to get 60. Now you have to wait 6 to get to 60, but you're at a level cap. You're at a cap of 60%. That's something that is kind of like curious. That's why I want you guys to decide in the comment section below if that is a buff or a nerf. So let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay hydrated. I mean, this is not an advertisement, but I was thirsty. I'll see you guys soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the Digimon video. Alright guys, peace.
Impressive.